Today on Jeffy Lube, we're going to be doing the rear differential service, a drain and refill. So when doing a rear diff service, this is the drain plug. The fill plug's up here. You want to always make sure you undo the fill plug right here before doing the drain, just in case you can't get the drain out. Still looks really clean. Some material on the magnet, clean that up and get that put back in. When it slows to a drip, that means we're done. Go ahead and reinstall the drain plug. We'll torque this down to proper spec. The torque spec for this is 35 to 40 foot-pounds. I'm gonna go to 40. Got him. And like everything else, I'm gonna use AMS oil. Fill this bad boy back up. I'm using one of these Easy Pack squeezable ones. Valvoline also makes this as well now, but make sure I get every last little bit out of this guy. So where the drain plug is actually back here on the bottom side of the transmission. Really hard to see. Might be wondering, how did I get in there? I used an extension and a wobble extension, and I was able to fit it right in there, tighten that plug down. I'll put some links in the description about what pieces I used to get that done. This is a messy job. It's been draining for about a day, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing filled back up. So if you're doing the transmission service on an ATS V, or really anything with the Tremec 6060, I recommend getting a garden sprayer and modifying it to use it to refill the transmission. This is what I did. Using a standard 1 gallon sprayer, what you do is you actually cut off the end of the sprayer handle, so get rid of the actual spraying attachment and put a piece of hose. Then you can pump this up, and it makes it much easier to refill the transmission. You can also use it for differentials, etc. Very nice little package and cheap. As far as the fill hole goes, that is right here. Plug is still out. I'm gonna go ahead and start filling this up using my garden sprayer. Here it is, all pumped up and filling back up the transmission. It'll probably take almost 3 quarts, maybe 4. I bought a gallon jug to do this job, so hopefully it'll be done here in just 20-30 minutes. So doing an oil change on an ATS V, very straightforward. You can get access to the oil filter and the drain plug. But a little tip that I like to do, so to making a huge mess, take the top of an egg crate to make a channel, and I'll show how this goes underneath to make sure you don't drain the oil everywhere. So what I like to do is put one of these egg crate containers at the top of it and use it to direct it down into the drain pan. This makes it a much less messy job than what it normally is. Let's go ahead and do that. This is it in action. Now that I've gotten it loose, I'm gonna let this drain, and then I'll eventually take the oil filter off, wipe everything down, put a new filter on. Hopefully these tips today that I just shared for changing the transmission fluid, rear diff, as well as the oil, helps you do your regular maintenance on the car. The oil change, hopefully that little tray, if you use something, they make funnels that are foldable and moldable. That might be another option as well, but it just makes a lot less mess when you have something underneath it to channel that oil out of the oil filter. So hopefully you find this useful. If you do, go ahead and hit a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.